What's up, guys? I just want to say thank you to everyone supporting the channel. This is pretty crazy so far, and this is my sneaky group trio base, whatever you want to call it. We'll have a test rate at the end of the video. Up next is the build cost, and then the build, which is going to be a majority of the video. So the build cost is pretty hefty, but this base is very, very strong and also has the potential to completely detour the raiders from your loot. So I'll put down the foundation and then give you an aerial view of what that looks like. Then we'll be putting the doorway over here, the entrance to the base, throwing down our airlock, putting on this back wall, and then we'll begin putting on the outer edge of the base and upgrading it all to sheet metal. Next, we'll be upgrading this little middle portion. These are the only three that need to be high qual. I accidentally upgraded that one to high qual. It's only these three over here that need to be high qual, and the rest can be sheet metal. Throw down some walls over here, which will also be sheet metal. Then we will be starting the center of the base, which is the most important part. So the doorway is going to go there. You're going to have a door frame right here. And then we will be putting a little loot area right here. Putting a wall on the back of that. Then I'll begin honeycombing around the first unlootable loot room and creating the first unlootable loot room. Make sure you put your locks on your chest always while creating these loot rooms. So I'll put down some garage doors. This is where we will have some more garage doors for just to show you where they're going to go. And then this little triangle right here is going to be another drop off area. I recommend using small boxes if you're going to put a garage door on here so that they don't pop out of the garage door, because there is a small chance that the raiders will be able to access the loot from those large boxes if they just break them. And the small boxes give you the same amount anyway. It's just divided. So this is what we got going on right now from an aerial view. Next up, we're going to begin honeycombing everything around the outer edge of the base. So the walls that I have upgraded to high qual will be the loot rooms. I'm fixing my mistake that I made earlier right here, as this only needs to be sheet metal. And then we will just finish up the honeycomb right now. So now this is what we got going on so far. Honeycomb around the entire base besides the entrance, which I showed you guys how to build. And then we have 2 unlootable loot rooms that are upgraded to high qual. So let's put the roof on everything now and then begin the middle floor, which is going to be the little secret entrance that I created for this base. You're going to want to leave the rest of it open so that we can access it from the next floor that we're going to build. So you're going to need that right there to access the second floor. Build your unlootable TC room and loot room, and then I'll show you what to do after that. Now we are putting these 2 walls here and upgrading them to high qual. As you saw in the beginning, we will be accessing them from a half floor in the middle of the base. I'm just going to furnish a few things right now before we get to that for an example that you can use. I just like to, when I do bases like this, I like to make it look like I have a normal living area and then I'm not trying to hide anything other than the TC. So I placed this right here just to show you guys where it's going to go. I ended up putting it in the wrong spot. So I recommend that you build the second middle floor before putting down that workbench up there. We will begin by putting down half walls around the center portion of the base and upgrading them to sheet metal. And then after that, we will put the outer edge on and upgrade that to sheet metal as well. And then the roof of this middle floor, I recommend to be all high qual so that when rocket raiders or just any raiders in general come through, they will have a harder time finding this part of the base. These three half walls right here in front to the right of me, I recommend upgrading to high qual as well, because if they do raid from the other angle, it's like mostly sheet metal over there, and if they rock it, it'll just break those and then they'll see everything. This half wall right here is if they come down from the top, they will not be able to rocket raid both loot rooms at the same time because it will negate the splash damage from the rockets. Next, I'll just begin furnishing everything, throwing down some furnaces in the honeycomb, and then throwing some sleeping bags down in here. And we're going to be using mailboxes to get in and out of those loot rooms. So this portion that I just built in the center should be all high qual, just to protect the base a little more. And if you can upgrade the half walls all around it to high qual as well, that is even more beneficial. But we will be adding an extra layer of honeycomb to that to kind of detour people from rocket raiding in or C4ing in the side. But just to keep the cost down on this base, I just left it as sheet metal. The wall behind us, the ring behind us, is the one I'm talking about. Definitely, preferably want that to be high qual if you can afford it. I recommend that you do this type of honeycomb anywhere that you honeycomb. But again, to reduce the cost of the base, it is not 100% necessary to do this type of honeycombing everywhere. So I just put it on top of the most important part of the base. But if you have like the extra 15, 20,000 sheet metal to fully honeycomb the roof, absolutely, you should do it. Now that the base is finished, this is how you get upstairs. You are going to have to place yourself within the middle of the level 2 workbench, which, as earlier, I said that I put in the wrong spot, so I'm fixing it now. This would be the time that you would place this down as to just block people from getting up here, seeing this portion of the base, and leaving those boxes unlocked downstairs also reduces the chance of people finding this area, because they will probably not break those boxes unless they rocket right in from the side or something. But again, this base is very strong from all angles, and it will require a ton of explosives to come in from any angle besides the doors. And if they come in from the doors and they go into that portion of the base, they're less likely to break that box from rocket rating or like any type of explosive damage, because the box is kind of hidden away from the doors so that it won't break, and they will most likely not waste their time to break that box, therefore hiding this portion of the base and detouring raiders from finding your loot. An extra note, don't forget to put this garage door right here, and you can put a garage door right here as well if you think that you are a pro parkour, because if you put this door frame down, it's going to make it extremely hard to get up and down, but it does offer some added protection, but also increases the chance of breaking that box. So I don't recommend to put that door down, but you can if you want to. And next we will show you guys the little test raid of how difficult it is to raid this base. this was my trio clan base. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment for anything you want to see in the future. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe for many, many more things to come. Catch you later.